How y'all doing? It's Sunday, baby! It's Sunday, so let's get on with the preaching. How you like this shirt? Now, this shirt came to us from Judith Danvers from Phoenix, Arizona. She's highly active out there. She sent us a few things in the package there with the t-shirt. Her and her friend Cyrus have been pretty active. They belong to a group called the azresist.org. You can find them on the internet at azresist.org. They have a community calendar up there set up for Arizona, for the whole state, what's going on, what kind of protests are going on, what's in the news for Arizona. And so she's a pretty good person to hook up with there in Arizona. She sent the t-shirt. And if y'all notice, I put a picture of my board I just made today. This is some of the stuff that people have sent me, along with t-shirts. And I can't show the candy or the jelly because I ate the candy up and I'm about done with that jelly. And but these are things that the people have sent me and I'm so proud of. And this down here, if you look down there in the corner, that lady, this person holding that sign in front of that congressman right there, well, that's Judith, and that ought to tell you she ain't taking no bull. She'll jump right up there in their face, and we are proud to claim her as a member of our Blue Dot shirt family and of our Blue Dot family in general. So, you people out there that are jumping up in their face, you are the heroes of this whole resistance. The ones that get up there at these protests, at the town hall meetings, to challenge their congressman or their senator or their governor or whoever the hell is standing up there with what they feel is important. Those are the people that I'm just so proud of, that are making a big difference, making more of a difference than I am, I'm sure. And I'm so proud to be a part of this movement against this orange orangutan asshole that slings his feces all over the place. But she also sent a picture down there. If you look down there in the corner, that's her and Cyrus wearing my t-shirts. Are you shitting me? So she said she was advertising for us there in Arizona during the protest and whatnot. Well, oh, Donnie's on vacation. How you like that shit? Oh, Donnie and Pootie there, they took vacations at the same time. Huh, hooking up there, boys? Getting a little downtime so you can have a little nighttime chat on the old Skype or something, you know. I don't know what you boyfriends do, but I did notice old Pootie boy over there, he's on vacation, and what's he showing? Everything he's doing, he's got his shirt off. He's fishing with his shirt off. He's going down the boat, down the water there with his shirt off, lounging in the sun with his shirt off. Donnie, please, don't do it. Don't do it, because nobody wants to see your lily white fat man boobs sitting out there, and nobody wants to see that, Donnie. So please don't do that. Keep your golf shirt on. And that's where he's at. He was saying he put out some kind of tweet bullshit about it's not a vacation. He's out there working. And then they showed him on the news this morning out there in his golf cart on the golf course, interrupting some poor soul's wedding. And so he's got to stick his nose in that shit. But yeah, he's working all right. Working on what? His stroke? Yeah, he's working on his ego. That's what he's doing. I guess they're renovating the White House because, you know, it's such a dump. And I'm sure they're probably painting everything gold and putting gold on everything, getting him a gold throne to sit on, all that kind of bullshit, because Donnie likes opulence. Opulence. Donnie wants you to know that he's filthy rich the second you see him. You know, that's what Donnie... That's his persona. I'm a rich guy, so therefore I'm intelligent. Remember, he told us he knows words, lots of words. He knows the best words. That's Donnie the Dick. You know, just so long as he looks like he's got money or some shit, people think he's intelligent. No, he hires intelligent people to make money for him, and then he makes backroom deals with Russians, I guess, to get the rest of it. 17 days on vacation. Poor Bedminster, New Jersey. What can I say to you? The bribe collection center is going to be in full swing. There's going to be bribe deliverers coming in through there every day so Donnie can get bribed all over the place. Anyway, well, looks like Steve Miller is going to be the new communications director. Like I said, what kind of message is that? I'll tell you what kind of straight out of the Third Reich, straight out of Hitler's army is that little Goebbels looking thing. He's He's an authoritarian. He's going to tell you like it is, and you can't argue with him. Yeah, he's a bullshit little bullshitter. And he ain't worth a shit. He won't last in that job because he's very combative there. He got on with Jim Acosta, I think, there on CNN, getting all over him, all that shit. Look at Steve Miller. He's a badass. I don't think so, you little dweeb. Anyway, what else is going on? I only have 2 subjects written up there on my board. And one of them has to do with our good old buddy and vomit-spewing asshole Texan, Alex Jones. And he's joined up with those Judge Pirou or some shit like that on Fox. And, of course, you got Rush Limp Dick on the radio. And they're singing, and some other dude I didn't even write down, the one that started all this shit with me this morning, and writing shit and talking shit about the Civil War, that if Donald Trump gets impeached or has charges brought against him, well, that's going to initiate a civil war. And all these assholes I just talked about just can't wait to get out in the street and shoot their fellow Americans. What, for that Donnie the Dick asshole, for the golden idol of lying his ass off? That's the values that the Republican Party are willing to go over to war over? That stinking lying asshole? No, baby, the Democrats don't want nothing to do with that shit. We're not trying to incite no riot. They keep trying to talk about, oh, the left's going to rise up. Oh, Alex Jones. Oh, they're all them liberals are going to come down the street with their guns, and I'm going to hold my family. All this bullshit that Alex Jones is known for spewing out his mouth. He vomits shit, and all them little minions down there, them little Republican cockroaches, oh, they sit down there and they just gobble that up like a baby bird. Vomit out of Alex Jones's mouth, along with all the other bullshit. But Fox News, I tell y'all, but that's nothing but a propaganda. That Judge Pirou or Jeannie, whatever her name is, hey, you need to get drunk a little bit more often, lady. You're just full of shit. And, God, but that's, I tell you, along with Rush Lip Dick and all them other ones, that's who the right listens to. That's who the stupid cockroaches listen to, because it fuels their anger towards the left. And like I asked before, what are you going to do? Grab your gun and go run out in the street and do what? You can shoot your neighbor down the street who's Democrat, shoot your local judge who's a Democrat, or your mayor, it might be Democrat. You think that's going to start a war? No, they're going to have the SWAT team shoving their rifles up your ass. That's what you're going to have. You're going to be nothing but a criminal, like any other criminal that starts that kind of bullshit in this country. Mass killers, they call them. Mass shootings. That's what some of them people on the right are instigating. That they're going to run out and do mass shootings against liberals and shit. They're a bunch of low-down cockroaches, and that's what they dream about. That's what the NRA pushes. That's what all of that fucking right-wing shit pushes. That there's going to be a civil war. No, there's not going to be a civil war. There's going to be civil disobedience against this shit, because we can't let it stand, because the man in our house is denigrating it every day he's in there. He lies through his teeth about petty bullshit, about big bullshit. His whole family lies for him. His whole administration is nothing but a big lie. Everything from what Jeff Sessions now is threatening to go after the reporters. If you don't tell me who told you that story, I'm going to put you in jail. Yeah, go ahead and try that, Jeff. See how the First Amendment stacks up against your lying dick president. And that ain't going to fly, Jeff. You can threaten some of them reporters all day long. They ain't going to tell you shit. You want to know why people leak in that White House? Because they see all the shit that goes on in there. The disgusting crap. Did you see the cover of Newsweek? I haven't quite determined. Everybody keeps telling me that's going to be the real cover. Lazy boy president sitting there with the Cheetos and some kind of Big Mac there with a Diet Coke there, watching TV with the... That's who he is, people. That's who Donald Trump is. When he's sitting there in the White House or at the Bedminster Bribe Collection Center, you think he's over there stacked up on some books to read or something? He can't read anyway. He ain't read a book all his life, I don't think. Lord have mercy. He's ignorant. You think he's doing any of that shit? No, he's sitting in front of the TV with a remote and a bunch of Cheetos in his hand. Because they look like his dick, so he has to be real careful not to grab his dick when he's trying to grab a Cheeto, because it'll hurt him. Anyway, he's nothing but a little lying, sniveling snot, and that's all he's going to do up there at that bribe collection center, is do exactly that. Collect his bribes. Anyway, the other thing that pissed me off was a little meme somebody had up there of a yard sign in somebody's front yard. Chosen by God. Donald J. Trump. Are you shitting me? Chosen by God? You just telling me who your God is? Oh, Lord, it's Sunday. John, preach it. You know, I watched Bill Maher the other night, and they had that guy on there, and I'm really upset with Bill because Bill didn't hold his feet to the fire for shit. Bill could have been a lot rougher on this guy's ass. Ralph Reed, he's some super evangelical preacher that lays hands on Donald Trump and swears Donnie's a good Christian man. Yeah, that tells you one thing. Thou shalt not bear false witness, preacher. That's the biggest lie of shit coming out of your mouth, preacher. That's what tells you people. You've thrown your religion in the ditch if you follow Donald Trump and all these evangelical preachers that you've been seeing up there. They're in it for the money, baby, your money. You want to, they talked about, they talked about the Russian interference because Bill asked him, well, you know, Donnie's here been messing around with the Russians. Well, I have seen no proof of it. And Bill told him about the headline in the email there with Donnie Jr. What about this? It says meeting with Russians to screw Hillary Clinton over and get all the bird on all that kind of crap. Well, now, we don't know what came out of that meeting. That's what all them Republicans talk to you about. Oh, we don't know what came out of it. It was in the title. If you went to the meeting, you're a scum-sucking traitor. And this Ralph Reed sitting there in this perfect, I don't know how many $100,000 suit that is. Perfect tie, perfect everything. Just sitting there, just a smiling, grinning ear to ear with the money that he makes off of good Christian people who send him his money. And he's following Donald Trump. He is praising a golden idol of crap, Donald Trump, and he's your preacher. That's sickening. Anyway, he thinks you got to have Boris and Natasha, you know, moose and squirrel thing. They got to come out of that meeting or it's not a Russian deal. They trying to bring up Hillary Clinton. Anytime they start bringing up Hillary Clinton, you hit a nerve, baby. Hillary's not the president. All that shit, it's over, it's past, it's gone, and all that shit. So as soon as you start questioning Donald Trump and they say, oh, what about Hillary? What about Hillary? Yeah, that means he's a lying, scum-sucking, orangutan feces-throwing piece of shit. Just like old orange orangutan is. Anyway, they got to talking about churches, you know, and why we don't tax the churches. And Ralph Reed there, he says, well, wait a minute, you can't do that now. We do a lot of good work. We feed the poor and all. How come you got an airplane, preacher? How big's your house, preacher? I guarantee you that sucker lives in a big mansion. I guarantee it, baby. All of them do. They got their private airplanes and their private behind locked gate house and all that shit. Yeah, what's that about? It's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a filthy rich preacher. Anyway, they're talking about tax the church, and you can't do that because church provides all. How about this, preacher? How about we tax the church at a fair, good rate, and we take that money that we tax the churches with and we put it into a special fund, and that fund can only be used for feeding the homeless, providing shelter, healing the sick, charity work. All of that could be going into one thing, and we could get a whole lot more done without you taking out your cut. And it's a big cut there, preacher. Why don't you could have dressed a little bit more modestly, but not these ones that want to flaunt it in your face, baby. Why? Because Jesus wants you to be prosperous. That's the shit they teach. That's how they get around that stuff with the eye and the needle stuff. The camel through the eye is because they're preaching that shit that Jesus wants you to be rich. Jesus, if you just type amen, Jesus is going to find you a pile of money. Jesus is going to, oh yeah? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? It's the same shit. What are you, relying on Jesus to do your shit? No, why don't you give that money from your private airplane, from all your millions of dollars in clothes, I'm sure. What kind of car you drive, preacher? How about taking some of that money and being the humble preacher that Jesus said you should be and giving that money to the poor? They're not in it for the poor. They're not in it for anything else. They're just like the Republican Party. The religious right went into the Republican Party because it's all about the money. That's all it is. These big, talking about they can't talk in the pulpit about politics. Hell, they do it all the time. Tax the shit out of them. If they're going to get into the public stream, put the money out there, baby. We'll use it for the right thing instead of your stinking ass. Anyway, So get me on the high road of that religious shit. Put a sign out there, God sent Donald J. Trump. He's the Antichrist to you people, ain't he? Look it up in Revelations there. Grab your pussy and all that shit. Steal as much money. Transparent my ass. How about your taxes there, Donnie? What do you got to hide, Donnie? Because you know there's always something. Ain't that what you said? There's always something. Yeah, there's something with this disgusting tick. And it has to do with money laundering for the Russians. It has to do with the collusions with the Russians. It has everything to do with money, 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 baby, from all around the world. And that's what this whole family is. That's why Donnie Jr. jumped at that meeting. Because they're low-down, scum-sucking dogs, and they've lost the values that they ever had. It's time for the Republican Party, you know, the party of American values, of family values, of Jesus. The party of Jesus has thrown them in the ditch. All those values. You've pissed on them. And until you get this man out of your house and call him out for what he is, a disgusting liar, then you're nothing more than an enabler. You turn your blind eye. You don't look. As long as you don't see it, it doesn't exist. Well, it exists, baby, and he shows it off every day. Until those Republicans, all of them, start turning their back on him. Down to 33%, remember? Minus that 25%. You're talking about shit. Anyway, before I get all tangled up here, Kim Szabo. Hey, Kim, how you doing? We're going to write to your congressman, Dave Joyce. He's congressman out of Twinsburg, Ohio. His office is in Twinsburg. I'm going to write my letter to this guy, and I'll post it up there along with the address and everything else. But, Kim, we're going to write to your congressman, and I'm also personally going to write a letter to Jim Justice, the governor of West Virginia, just because he pissed me off swap parties like that right after he got elected as a Democrat, and then he switches party to go with the scum-sucking dog, the golden idol of the orangutan. And I think that's pretty disgusting, and I'm going to tell him exactly what I think of that. So I'm going to put out 2 letters. But Kim Szabo, we're going to write to Dave Joyce, your congressman, in support of you. And the other one I'm just writing because I'm pissed off at that guy. And I'll post it up there too if y'all want to write to him. But try to keep this focus on all of us getting together and writing one person. So I'm write it when I say it. I'm going to write that I'm supporting a friend of mine in your district. And I won't call you out by name in case you don't want your congressman to know, but I'm gonna let him know that I'm not in your district, but I have friends that are in your district, and I got friends all over the place, baby. On that note, like, share, and subscribe. John Brunavo, Blue Dot in Texas. Go on over to John Brunavo Speaks. Give Don a like over there, because Don works hard every day on this stuff, trying to push this message. And on Twitter there at Blue Dot in Texas, and anywhere else that we can get this message out. Y'all take a look at my board. Take the picture I put up on my Facebook page. You can zoom in a little bit, I guess, and see who. If you said something up there and you see it up there, a big thank you. And put it down there in the comments. Hey, I sent John that pen or whatever. In the meantime, y'all have a good day. Tomorrow's back to work, so we all got to get after that. I got things to do. I did get my air condition fixed on my truck, in case anybody's worried about it. Yep, always the last thing you do is that relay. And last thing you check, but as soon as I swap that relay out, boop, there it went. There you go. All right, we're back in business. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. I'm sure you did. Drink a little drink, smoke a little smoke tonight. Tomorrow's back to the grindstone, so we'll get after it. Y'all take it easy now. We'll see you later.